Welcome to the OZD Awards for 2017. Your host, Owen the Brinkhat, known as OZD, with also a special guest, the Deadly Squid, known as Owen Butler. Welcome to the second annual OZD Awards for 2017. That's right, the OZD Awards is back. That's why I haven't made a video in a while. I was setting this up. I did the nominations and the Oscars is over, which is a bit of a funny Oscars to be honest. Best Picture stuffed up. But so I had to set the OZD Awards up, set up all the winners, and I'm thinking of actually doing something a bit special with this award show. It's that I'm doing my first collab video. His name is the Deadly Squid. He commented most of my videos, and I like this guy. He's such a cool guy. And he always gives me ideas, and I always think of doing them. He's a pretty fun, entertaining guy. So I decided, why don't I do a collab with him? And he's going to name the first section of the OZD Awards and explain winners, and then it will come back to me and see what I think it is. And then the second half is me telling the nominations and the winners. So guys, I hope you enjoy the first half with the Deadly Squid. So Deadly Squid, let's get started. Take it away.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the OZD Awards. I am so glad to be co-hosting it this year. So, let's start off with Most Underrated.
Most underrated film. X-Men Apocalypse, Eddie the Eagle, Lights Out, War Dogs, The Shallows, and The Magnificent Seven.
X-Men Apocalypse is one most underrated. That was a really underrated film. It got a lot of negative reception that, in my opinion, I don't think it should have. It sidelined a lot of characters, but overall, it was enjoyable.
X-Men Apocalypse, one most underrated film. I would possibly agree with this, because X-Men Apocalypse, first of all, it wasn't a perfect X-Men film. It was a pretty good film. When I watched it, I enjoyed it. I didn't know why it was so underrated. I just don't understand about that. But X-Men Apocalypse, congratulations, you won Best Underrated Film.
So next we have Best Visual Effects.
Best Visual Effects.
Captain America Civil War, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, Star Trek Beyond, Arrival, Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, The Jungle Book, and Doctor Strange.
No surprise here. The Jungle Book. That film, it blew me away. The visual effects were just phenomenal. It's fun. It's hilarious. It's really awesome, the action sequences. And obviously the visual effects are really cool.
The Jungle Book. Wow, The Jungle Book won Best Visual Effects. Yep, The Jungle Book is one of the best visual effects I've seen, like, probably in recent years. It looked beautiful. One boy playing with all CGI animals, CGI background that looks so realistic. I just couldn't spot, like, oh, this bit's fake, this bit's fake. That's why The Jungle Book, I think, should deserve Best Visual Effects. And this is probably the only, I'm not sure this is the only award that the Oscars and this one's copying at, but I think we got the same one, because The Jungle Book and the Oscars did win Best Visual Effects, and it won Best Visual Effects of the OZD Awards.
Next, we have a category you don't want to be in. Most Disappointing Film.
Most disappointing film. Jason Bourne, Independence Day Resurgence, Zoolander #2, Warcraft, London Has Fallen, and Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice.
Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. No surprise there. Very disappointing film. The extended cut was much better, but the theatrical was just very disappointing and, in a way, kind of bad.
Yep, Batman v Superman won most disappointing film. Yep, it is disappointing. Very disappointing. It's one of those films that you think, I'm so excited for this movie, but it turned out as a disappointing movie. Trust me, the Batman Superman scene did not disappoint me. It's just most of the movie. It's like scripted. It's just like dead script. It's just like, oh, we have to do something to set up. I know, let's make Doomsday or something like that. Like, that shit, I don't know. Batman v Superman does win the best disappointing film award because it is a pretty terrible movie. But the Ultimate Edition, it's a bit better. But I think it's still the same movie though.
Best sound. Sorry, the lighting in my room is like insanely horrible right now.
Best sound. Deepwater Horizon, Captain America Civil War, Suicide Squad, Arrival, and Hacksaw Ridge.
Okay, so best sound. Let's see what we got it. Hacksaw Ridge. No surprise there. Again, war films are always going to get those kinds of awards for sound because the immense amount of effort put into them is just extremely high. The sound in Hacksaw Ridge was really, really good. All of the sound effects and explosions and gunfiring, it was just really, really good. If you haven't seen that movie, I highly recommend you do.
Hacksaw Ridge won Best Sound Effects, and I would possibly agree with this one because I think Hacksaw Ridge is more realistic sound effects. I know there's Captain America Civil War, there's like all these movies. Why would Hacksaw Ridge win the OZD Awards sound effects? Because you just feel for it. Every sound effects part of the movie, when you see gunshots, people injured, it feels real. It feels like you're with them in the film. Judging from those gunshot sound effects, it's just so cool. And Hacksaw Ridge, it deserved the Best Sound Effect Award in the OCD Awards.
Best Screenplay.
Best Screenplay. La La Land, Moonlight, Lion, Manchester by the Sea, Hacksaw Ridge, Zootopia, and 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Manchester by the Sea. There really isn't much to say about Manchester by the Sea except the fact that without its writing, it probably wouldn't be as good as it is, because the writing is just so strong in that movie, as well as the acting. But if it weren't for the writing, we would just be looking at a divorced man soap opera, pretty much.
That's right, Manchester by the Sea has won Best Screenplay in the OCD Awards. The whole screenplay, the script is so fantastic. It's a good story, it's a good plot, and especially the cinematography. Alright guys, so the Deadly Squid actually added some nominations to the OCD Awards, so let's have a look at those.
Okay, now we have Best Horror Film.
Best Horror Film. Lights Out. The Conjuring 2. The Witch. Don't Breathe. The Shallows. And Ouija, Origin of Evil.
The Conjuring 2. It was between The Shallows and The Conjuring 2 for me, but overall Conjuring 2 won. It was really scary. It had some really strong writing. It was funny in some parts. And most of all, it actually kind of improved on the original in a lot of ways. So, that's how you make a sequel and a good horror film.
The Conjuring 2 won Best Horror Film. I should have done Best Horror Film in mind because horror films have been so good last year. It's surprisingly good for horror films. All the horror films, there's not even a single bad one. Well, if I haven't seen one, I haven't seen the bad ones. But it's true. It's just happened. You never see anything like The Conjuring 2, and James Wan has done it again with horror sequels. Okay.
In the category of most overlooked,
Most overlooked film. Kubo and the Two Strings. Swiss Army Man. The Nice Guys. Hush. And Ouija, Origin of Evil.
The Nice Guys. Not enough people saw this movie. I'm gonna be completely honest. I thought it was really, really good. I actually have it on Blu-ray over there, right next to me. It was a really funny movie. The writing wasn't as strong as a lot of people say it is. I don't think it could have gotten any Oscars, or even nominated for any Oscars. But overall, it was really enjoyable. It was funny. The acting was really good. Overall, it's just a good comedy movie.
Yeah, The Nice Guys. Pretty interesting winner. Because, to be honest, I forgot to put The Nice Guys in my top 10 best because it was a really good film. If you haven't seen The Nice Guys, go and watch it, please. I want you to see it. It's a great film. Okay.
And finally, for Best Cinematography.
Best Cinematography. Arrival. Lion. Captain America Civil War. Sully. Deepwater Horizon. And La La Land.
No surprise here. La La Land. Yeah, seriously, there was no doubt about that. If I were to pick any other one, it would be Arrival, because the cinematography in both of those films were it was phenomenal. But La La Land, just everything about it is really, really good, especially the cinematography. The dance movements, the choreography as well. If you haven't seen La La Land, it's still in theaters, so I would highly recommend you do. I wouldn't give it an A+, but overall, it was still a really good film. It's very beautiful. Unfortunately for me, I didn't like the ending that much, but, that's just me. So, that is the end of my section of the OZD Awards.
La La Land, you do deserve Best Cinematography. You are awesome. It looks good. Like, judging from the first scene from La La Land with the car bits, it's great. The cinematography looks beautiful in this film. Especially all the scenes when Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone are climbing on walls and stuff. All of those are awesome and amazing. So guys, thank you Deadly Squid for nominating the first half of the OZD Awards. I want to thank you so much for doing this. You are fun. I hope we can do it again next year. But for now, I'm going to explain the rest of the OZD Awards for 2017.